Hey guys, it's FXO, and I'm here to show you my Utopia Turbo deck. The whole point of this deck is to just turbo into lightnings, and it's a pretty fun deck. Like, it's very non-standard, so I think some of you will really like this. And it's pretty cost efficient too, well, apart from the strikes. Like, they're not mandatory. Like, the bare bones of the deck is pretty good. Alright, here we go. 3-star drawing, 2 Summoner Monk, 2 Fairy Tale Snow, 2 Trick Clown, and 2 Hat Tricker. These are all the spellcasters. You want to be using a lot of spellcasters because you run triple Gigabyte, Inarifier, and Nefarious, because these are all special from your hand if you control spellcasters. So the whole point is to just just spam rank 4s as fast as you can. Then you run 2 Maxi, 2 Veiler, because hand traps in this deck are very good because you draw a lot. If you're drawing a lot, you want to get value out of those draws, not just level 4s. You want to get stuff, cards that actually do something. And then you run the Gemini Sardonyx, because you run the Brilliant Fusion Engine. Another way to spam rank 4s, because you can just keep normal summoning. Then you run the card, which made me make this deck, XYZ Change Tactics. When a Utopia monster is XC summoned to your side of the field, pay 500 and you draw a card. You can only control 1 on the field, but that's all you need. You have 1. But let's say you have star drawing. This is very prominent. So let's say you have a star drawing, and you special Gigabyte. You overlay Utopia. Effect of Exceed Change Tactics, draw a card. Effect of star drawing, draw a card. And now you overlay again, effect, draw a card. Effect, draw a card. By doing that, you've drawn 4 cards from just this, and the 1 extra was from star drawing, but the reason I drew 4 is because you run 3 of these, so that combo is going to happen a lot. So 3 plus 4, pretty good, pretty good. Alright, let's carry on with the deck list. So we have triple Twin Twister, because we want to make sure our Utopias get on the field. We don't want them getting striked. Warning the bottom list. They have to get on the field, otherwise we don't get our draws. Triple Instant Fusion, because we want to turbo into Utopia. It's the name of the game, Utopia, Utopia, Utopia. And 3 is not too many, because you can just run other instant fusion targets. Forest Burial, send your Fairy Tale to the graveyard, send your Trick Clown to the graveyard. Regeki, clear their field. Super Lightning deals with established boards anyway, but, if you're drawing cards, you might as well have cards like Regeki, like power cards. And you run your Floodgate Trap Hole and your Bottomless, because you run Rafflesia. These are the 2 best to run, I think. Time Space is also another one, but I really like these 2. Vanity's Emptiness stops your opponent for that 1 turn. Very important. And the Warning, and 2 strikes. I don't see the need to run 3 strikes. I think 3 is a bit overkill in this deck, because if you run too many traps, you're going to draw them, and you don't want to do that. You want to make sure you're just doing your Utopia plays. That's why there's only 6 traps. And I'll show you the extra deck. The extra deck is quite tight, as you can imagine. There's a lot of Utopias. So you have your Utopia, Utopia Prime, Utopia Lightning. And you have your Utopia, Utopia Ray, Utopia Lightning. Now, ideally it would be 2 Prime, but I just like having that BM Utopia. It's ultra rare, pretty nice. So you just go Utopia. The first time you go Utopia, Utopia Ray, Utopia Lightning, and you draw 3 cards. And the second time, this effect could be live. So you can actually use the effect, where you can destroy all their monsters and banish it. So you can do that. That's why you still have the Prime in there, because the effect could somehow become useful. I've yet to resolve it, but, it could come up at some point. So always Utopia Ray first, and then Utopia Prime the second time. Then you have your Feral Imps, you run 3 Gigabyte, so you want to run this, search those Gigabytes. Trapeze Magician, you run a lot of spellcasters. This, combined with Lightning, is pretty deadly. 5k, and then another 2-5. Then Rafflesia, for the reason mentioned before, Floodgate and Bombs. That goes to Emerald. This is actually way, way, way better in this deck, because it lets you just cycle your engine. Shuffle these 3 back, draw a card. Pretty good. Castell, get rid of annoying cards. Diamond Direwolf, you want to hit their back rows, like Strike, mainly Strike or Warning. Seraphonite for your Brilliant Fusion. Northern Fae Instant Fusion, and the final card is Thousand Eyes Restrict. Now, Thousand Eyes Restrict takes any one of their monsters, and that is actually very important, because you run this little card called Fairy Tale Snow. So when you instant fusion, you restrict, you take that monster, let's find the boss monster. Okay, BLS. So you take the BLS, it's here now, And when you Fairy Tale Snow, it counts as 2. Pretty good. So now you only have to banish 5 other cards from your graveyard or hand or wherever. So it's really good. That's why you run Thousand Eyes Restrict, and also just deals with problem cards. So yeah, that's my Utopia Turbo. I mean, it's pretty fun. You just activate Exchange Tactics and be ready to draw a lot of cards. As long as you open, or you're relatively close to opening the Exchange Tactics, you're going to be golden. But the deck does struggle sometimes when you don't draw that card. So I was thinking of like some workarounds. Like there's a card called Generation Force. It lets you search any XYZ card from your deck, but you need to control an XYZ monster to do it. So like you have to have a Utopia. Then you activate Generation Force. Then you activate Exchange Tactics. Then you draw 2. But then there's no value in there. That really. Because then you're forced to run cards like that. I think just running Exchange Tactics is fine. You have a lot of draw power even without the Exchange Tactics. You have the Star Drawing, you have the Upstart, you have the Foolish. That can thin your deck down anyway. So I'd say just leave it as it is. It's already 41 cards. And just try it out and see what you think. Alright. It's FXO. I'm signing out.